million votes that put President Obama in office right now, which were mostly moderates and independents, right now are all voting Republican. Someone would have told me that Senator Kennedy's seat would be filled by a Republican in my lifetime, I would have laughed. So if anyone says, you know, this is Democrat country here in Camden County, we don't have a chance, don't believe them. Do the work, get our message out, and put Dale in office. That's the goal here. And it can be done, don't let anyone tell you. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who has the courage to take on Washington, has the courage to step up and be a candidate, has the courage to challenge the Democrat machine, which right now is reeling, and frankly, in my view, has the courage to succeed and become our next congressman. So without any further, Dale, please.
The physical address of our office is 137 East Atlantic Avenue in Haddon Heights. But it might as well be, for all practical purposes, Omaha Beach in Normandy, France. Because just like the Allies needed a beachhead to liberate Europe from the tyranny of Nazi Germany, I believe this campaign office will serve as a beachhead to liberate South Jersey from the tyranny of Rob Andrews, George Norcross, and South Jersey Democrats. We happen to be located right across the street from the former Haddon Heights train station, and hopefully you'll understand this analogy, but I believe that we're headed for a train wreck, an economic train wreck of monumental proportions. Certainly America's moral compass has been derailed, our economic engine is bordering on collapse, and we have a runaway train that is being engineered by President Obama, and its furnace is being stoked by Nancy Pelosi and Rob Andrews. I want to read you a news report that I just picked off the wire this week. It says the United States posted an $82.69 billion deficit in April, nearly 4 times the $20.91 billion shortfall registered in April of last year, 2009, and the largest on record for that month. The Treasury Department said that on Wednesday, that it's more than twice the $40 billion deficit that Wall Street economists had predicted, and was striking since April marks the filing deadline for individual income taxes, the main source of the government revenue. In other words, it would have been much, much worse if we didn't get all the tax filings in April. And despite that, it was 4 times larger than last year. Department officials said that in prior years, there was a surplus during April in 43 out of the past 56 years. The government has now posted 19 consecutive monthly budget deficits. 19 consecutive monthly budget deficits, the longest string of shortfalls on record. Wow. Folks, Rob Andrews went to Washington 20 years ago, touting himself as a fiscal conservative and an independent voice. He can't call himself a fiscal conservative any longer, not after voting for the bank bailouts and the AIG bailouts and the auto bailouts and the failed stimulus plan and Obamacare and cap and trade and everything. Every large government spending program and tax hike has come down the pike in the last 20 years. And he certainly is not an independent voice for South Jersey. I saw a study the other day. It was handed to me by a Republican congressman from the state of Georgia. He said, Dale, I want you to use this. I want you to tell your people in your district how your congressman votes. Anybody here think that we share the same values as a liberal district, congressional district in San Francisco, California? No. Probably not. And yet that liberal district is represented by Nancy Pelosi, and your congressman and mine, for the next several months anyway, votes in lockstep with Nancy Pelosi 99% of the time. Rob Andrews is not a fiscal conservative, folks. Don't believe that lie. And he's not an independent vote or voice for South Jersey. If you want a true fiscal conservative, somebody who believes in the United States Constitution and the people behind it, the Judeo-Christian principles this great country was founded upon, and somebody that will be a voice for the people of South Jersey, not use you to further his own political ambitions, I am your man. And I would respectfully ask for your vote, your support, and your prayers. This is a dear lifetime missionary and a protege, I'm a protege of his, Nick Brown, who's on furlough. Obviously, my lovely wife and kids are here. And the only person in this crowd who can single-handedly derail my campaign. And I'm going to ask him to come up here and cut this ribbon with me, and his name is John Miller. I met John in 2nd grade, and he's been my best friend for the last 40-some-odd years. He could tell you stories. But he won't.
I won't.
He lives in Haddon Heights, and young man, who are you going to vote for in November?
Dale Gladden.
All right, so...
Well, best wishes to Dale Gladden. God bless him in this office, and let's pray that he's our next congressman here from South